Plaxico Burress joining us in Plaxico. We're going to start way back when the 2000 NFL Draft. You hear your name called, you become a member of the NFL. What was that moment like for you?
I mean, obviously, it's a dream come true. I mean, growing up in Virginia and always, pushing yourself and willing yourself and aspiring to be a pro football player. It's just one of those things that, it sent chills down my spine when I heard my name called, and being eighth pick in the draft and just growing up where I come from, the way I was raised. It's just when Bill Cowher called me and told me, how would you like to be a member of the Pittsburgh Steelers, I just took off running down the street. I mean, it was that kind of thrill.
You had a phenomenal career in college at Michigan State. You played some great seasons with the Steelers as well, and then the time came you decided to sign with the New York Giants. What made you want to join that franchise?
Oh, man. I was saying to myself that, I wanted to go to a place to where I could, see my game flourish. And, Eli Manning had just got drafted to the Giants, and I'm saying, hey, if he's anything like his brother, he's going to be a great quarterback. You had Tiki Barber, and, I wanted to play with a great tight end in Jeremy Shockey. And Shockey was one of the main reasons, why I became a Giant, because, I wanted to play with another player on the opposite side of the football that could really, get the double coverage off of me. And, Jeremy Shockey was that guy, and along with Monty Tuma, I mean, we did some great things.
Some great offensive weapons for sure there for the New York Giants. And Eli, your former teammate, still playing now, over a decade now in the league. How has Eli been able to be so successful throughout his career?
Eli's like the grandpa now. What is he, like 45? I know, I just saw Eli a few weeks ago at training camp, man. We're looking for him to have a really good season. He just continues to get better. Very intelligent. He's sharp. He's consistent. He's accurate. He puts his team in great situations at the line of scrimmage. Changing the plays, and he's one of those guys that lives in the film room and in the playbook. So he's going to be around for a long time.
Tom Gozlowski here, live from Saratoga Stadium, 104.5, the team, 104.5, theteam.com. And joining me, former New York Jet, former Pittsburgh Steeler, New York Giant, Super Bowl champion Plaxico Burress joins us. Let's go to that Super Bowl that so many people know you from. Leading into the game, your mindset, and what was the feel in the locker room going against that tough Patriots team?
We're not going to lose. I didn't come all the way this far to get to the Super Bowl and not be able to host that trophy. And the Patriots beat us that year in Week 16 in Giants Stadium. And our whole motto for that week was not turn the football over. And we turned the football over one time, and they kicked the field goal, and we ended up losing by 3. And when we got to the Super Bowl, we were like, we got another chance at these guys. And for us, we really didn't have any like what I would call as bona fide superstars on the team. We really had a lot of respect for each other, as players and as teammates. And we went out and played hard for each other. And we wanted to bring that championship back to New York, and that's what we did. And everybody calls like the biggest upset in sports history, but we didn't think those guys really wanted to play us because we were a lot more physical than they were.
It's one of the great Super Bowls of all time, one of the great upsets. You guys were confident going into the matchup. Take us through the scenario. You're in the huddle. You hear the play call. You know the ball may be coming in your direction. And finally the play, you catching that, what turned out to be the game-winning touchdown of the Super Bowl. Walk us through that whole series of events.
Well, I was getting double covered like the whole game. I think they might have single covered me maybe 5 or 6 times in that game. And, Eli calls the play. It's like 62 X Cafe, Cafe X Fade. And I'm like, it's about to go down. So as I break out the huddle, Eli grabs my jersey. He said, hey, if they give you single coverage, I'm throwing it. And I'm like, you're not going to single cover me right now, And I get to the line of scrimmage, and I just couldn't believe what I saw. It was worse than single coverage. It was like blitz coverage. It's cover 0. And I was like, I'm going to just give him one move to the inside. He has to take the inside move because there's nobody else in there. And, man, the ball was in the air for like 2 days, waiting for the ball to come down. I said, if I drop this ball, I will never be able to return back to the state of New York. And, the rest is history.
Amazing. Plaxico Burress joining us here at Saratoga Stadium for 104.5 The Team and 104.5 TheTeam.com. Now, what are you doing now post-football life? Some charity work and also some things away from the field. What's Plaxico up to on a daily basis?
Well, I'm raising some kids. I have a 9-year-old son and a 6-year-old daughter. So, that's a work in itself. And, just, getting along, doing some TV. And, I'm in the process of producing my own fine men accessories line, socks, bow ties, pocket squares, getting into the fashion thing a little bit, and doing some fishing, playing a lot of golf.
There you go.
So that's the retired life.
Still looking good. Still got to make sure you look good with the pocket squares and all those good things. Are we going to see a coach, Plaxico, now that you got a son and a daughter? Are you going to be out there maybe on the sidelines helping them out?
I don't know. I've been kind of thinking about it a little bit, getting on the sideline. But I like to just take a step back and, see my son and daughter do their thing and just try to be a normal parent. Some of these parents are crazy out there, running around crazy and running on the field and all that kind of crazy stuff. So I'm just one of those guys that just take it all in and let them have fun.
We'll let you go on this. We want to watch you get back and watch your former team, the Giants, taking on the Saints right now. But there is a wide receiver for the Giants named Odell Beckham Jr. What do you think about Odell Beckham right now for the Giants? How would you compare his game to maybe receivers you've played against or watched on film and maybe even yourself? Odell Beckham Jr. right now for the Giants. What are your thoughts on him?
When you sit down and look at it, I don't think we've seen anything quite like him. To be honest, he's a special athlete, obviously, and he's a supreme talent. He's probably one of the best players in the world. One of the best wide receivers in the world, and if he stays healthy, he'll be one of those people that we'll be talking about, forever. He has that kind of talent. I go to practice and I watch him and I go to the games, and when you sit down and look at him, you know that you're looking at something that you may never see again. He's that special of a player, and I just love to watch him play, man. He's different. He's one of those guys that don't come around too often, and he can be that special.
He's an amazing player. You're not a bad special player by yourself. You had a great career. You're going to be hanging out with us here at Saratoga Stadium. Super Bowl champion, former Jet, former Giant, Plaxico Burress. Plaxico, thank you so much for the time, man. Appreciate it.
All right, no problem. Thank you.